Yeah,
And
perfect.
then big one.
All right. Welcome to the ZedMinds Podcast. My name is Lord Mushkest, and
I am your uncle's favorite uncle, Mr. Kachiza.
your uncle's favorite uncle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you with a new podcast, and this is our. Should we call it the first episode or
Co-pilot, I think.
we call it a pilot episode?
Pilot episode, yeah.
So in this episode, what we are going to really get into is to make you understand what the ZedMinds Podcast is. Not only that, we are going to also let you know where our inspiration came from for this program that we've started to share with you people. So, if we can talk about what the ZedMinds Podcast is, my brother, how would you?
So, ZedMinds, I think, just so that everybody has a clear understanding of what this is. And this is something that we've had in the pipelines for a year.
For a year.
And this is inspired based off the conversations that we just have among us friends and certain circles that we're involved in.
Yes.
And the kind of information that is given in those spaces. You'd be surprised by how much you do not know that you're supposed to know that people just sit on.
Definitely.
So, from friends just sharpening one another, we decided we're having this conversation. We should put this conversation on a camera.
On the camera.
Let people see what's going on and what's happening. And so eventually, a year later, somebody got cameras and everything, and here we are trying to shoot an episode.
Definitely. I remember when we had a conversation with Mr. Mata, Jerry, Roxa, you, me, and what's the name of the engineer lady?
Talia.
Yeah, you see that conversation that we had.
Shout out to Talia.
Shout out to her. We need to bring her here also to have a conversation with us. There's a time when we had this powerful conversation, right? And after talking like for an hour, then we sat down and we're like, this conversation was supposed to be out there for people. It needed to be on record. What can we do to put it on record? And that's how this whole idea started flowing and coming up. Because, there are conversations that we have with different people, friends, and this helps us to also just make sure that we share the message to people. If you have a story that you need to share with us, or you have
information that you feel like is going to be impactful to people around you,
this is your platform.
This is your platform. Like, just reach out, and we can always sit down and have conversations.
Definitely.
About what's just happening in the world. Because there's so much that you people do have to share.
Yeah.
And from personal struggles to growth as a person, and anything that you're doing that you feel like is worth putting out there.
We actually need JB also on one of our episodes. He needs to come and tell us about this store. How did it start? How has he reached this level? But this is a very beautiful thing, you see.
We'll definitely get him. So those that are wondering where we are doing this episode from, we are by Chemopharm Building. JB stores were that. Ingubonga te JB. Nishulenda ngadamu iwala. Wood fake and JB per town. Chapwaf.
Yes.
So location Pandola. Chemopharm Building right opposite Zimatmo. Shop number 11. Upstairs there. Not walwa ingira mchemist, but na mchemist vali mwisho kupisha pa telefoni
JB. Mara kusontera nyaba pamondo hapo.
So these are people that we have seen around for a while now. And these are stories that we want to share with you people. Because there are certain things where when you talk about, guys, business here, but there's always a hand behind them. But there are people that have actually struggled and just pushed through to get to this level. Yeah. How does one manage a business
from scratch?
This level, just from being in the streets to coming all the way up into having a space. And this is just one of his stores. So once they are done renovating the other space, sure I'll do an episode from that space as well. And then you people will just have a feel of what we're trying to bring out there and share with people. So in this particular episode, I think one thing that you said we should talk about is the fear of failing.
Yeah, the fear of failing.
And
There's always that energy that blocks people. I'm a creative, and I've also been in a space where I'm afraid to drop certain content because I'm thinking in my mind to say,
true.
and there are so many people even in the business sector that fail to start up a business because they're afraid to take a loss.
True.
You see, before we started shooting this episode, you had the conversation with JB.
Yeah.
Where you are saying, I'm a business, yes, doing some of it, yes. Shafwa, tukabomba, tukapanga shimbi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are people that are like, I can't lose 100,000 kwacha.
True.
Of which I don't know I'm going to make it again.
True. Because like with business on our end, it's all about taking risks.
Definitely.
So when you think about it,
yes,
we are gambling with our own money just so that we can build something.
Build something.
Yes. But when you talk of like doing some of it's from a perspective of we have the skill of how we can make certain amounts of money.
Yeah.
So now business, we'll still come back because we have the knowledge of how to come back and make money.
Definitely.
And then when we work again, business continues.
So
I think it's not really us saying we are failing. Yes. It is us collecting data that we are bringing back into the business and making sure saying how we ended last time is not going to be the same story.
Definitely.
Right? So like on ZedMinds, we need to talk to people that are pushing.
Yes.
People that are really doing something impactful. Example, I think me and you have always had this conversation where I feel like we need to sit down with marketeers. You need to find out,
bro,
how are marketeers managing?
They are mad.
There are those that are building. There are those that are taking children to school, and all those things that are just going on in there.
Yes.
But from what resources do they have?
Yeah, because I'm one person that has been too close to certain marketeers.
Yeah.
And most marketeers that I know, you find out that a child is probably in high school or one is in the university. She's renting a house, paying for the school fees, building another house to go to.
True.
Recently I was talking to a friend of mine, right? They are into their family business is tailoring and they're doing it by Pamin Padia. Bro, he gave me some information on how their money is being made, how they balance their financial life, right? Bro, I failed to believe. I thought such amounts he was mentioning did not happen on the market.
You see, and when you think of it though, it's where now when you talk of building family businesses, we give examples like look at the Indians, look at what.
Yes.
But there are actually Zambians that are building this generational wealth just from scratch. One acquires information about something, they see how they can play with that information, create a system. The next thing there's a business that is running.
Definitely.
But then there are those that are also trying to, like in certain families, it's all about, how do we move together? In other families, It's about, if I'm doing okay, then everybody else can have it their way.
Yeah, they'll be asking from me. There are those families.
It's like you want to be the breadwinner.
Definitely, there are those families where you don't want to build a family business, but you just want to be the one in the family whom they say, but they back at 10 here.
If you need anything, but to me, phone. So like if they don't get you, then everybody's not doing anything. So we need to put this information out there for the public.
No, definitely.
We have a system that works for us as locals.
Definitely.
So before you can go and look at any other ethnicity, I think you need to learn from your own people. I'll give you an example. I had an opportunity of sitting down with a group of Muslim men. And these guys were trying to just impart how they are managing doing business.
Okay.
Guys, can you imagine I want to edit the HDMB track? Like, who does that? For real? Like, think about it. A group of people come together and say, let's build a company.
Yes.
So here's how we start this. When we work to a certain level, we'll buy this one a track. It starts working. we'll work again, we'll buy another truck. You find that people are building companies like that.
Definitely.
You see? So now you need to learn how are they sourcing for the money that they are contributing for them to be able to actually afford a truck. How much is a truck?
How much is a truck? Yeah. And talking about the same, I don't know what you call it in English though, but you find out that there are people who think that's old school. So I don't know. We need to bring someone here who's been doing that for a couple of years, because I know people that have been doing that for a couple of years and have built houses, especially women in business. There's this thing they call village banking that really helps them a lot. But if you give that information to maybe just another person that's not really up to date with like financial literacy or something, you find out that they will say if you have a code.
And you see, and that's the thing. Like tapadum kamba na glass pants up also. This is how you know it's real out here. Like
it's
we're
real.
Shooting and we're trying to make that
and we're also trying to make some money off the business.
So like the bread has to be made one way or another.
Definitely.
But back to what we're talking about. It's where how do we just bring out information that is insightful and beneficial to the general public? So on ZedMinds, we want those minds to, come out here and do what they can do. This building where we are today, this is known as the Hustlers University. People make joke about Chemopharm Building. I think there was that thing that was trending on TikTok where someone was saying, that thing.
Natural pang business.
There was that thing that was trending saying atama guys kondera kutuba kudawisha.
Yeah.
And that require shop kansha sanga of a punch by Chemopharm. No, but come out here and learn why are they found downstairs by Chemopharm. When you go to Lusaka has got Katondo.
Yeah.
When you come to Ndola, we have Chemopharm. So this is where people come here, learn certain things about the streets. And that information is given.
And I think people need to have a different perspective about this place. Before I started being found here, I also just thought they were saying like, oh, Pamakuruku, Shani, because that's like what everybody used to call the place.
Yeah.
But after I came here, right, then I saw how people are hustling and how they're pushing. Got inspired. Then I was like, okay, it always isn't the way it seems.
Yeah.
Because there are people here. Try to visit this place. There are people here who are dealing with phones. They are importing them from where?
I can't mention their sources.
Can't mention sources.
I can't mention their sources.
It's international. Just know it.
But we have people that are dealing in phones here.
Laptops.
Boutiques like this one. Yes. Laptops, shoes. Whatever it is that you need. Everybody's offering a service.
Even for ladies,
they actually make up that side, glow skin, they're doing wigs there. Everything is being done in one place. And the one thing about this building is that majority of the people here are young people.
Yeah.
These are young people that are just trying to move the wheels of the economy.
Definitely.
So like we are all contributing one way or another.
Yeah.
We are paying our taxes just so you know.
Yes. I remember that conversation when we were like, after we started the business, that's when we knew we need to pay tax.
True, because like nobody gave us this information.
Nobody.
So now imagine with ZedMinds, we're trying to ensure saying we arm you with the right information before you can actually start up a business. Or something. Guys, before we knew about council and council was coming saying, license, then we would run to council. Then we find out saying, oh, this is how much you're supposed to pay with council. Then, we have this information now. So even when we're setting up something, we know the right procedures to follow.
Definitely.
Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting journey.
It will.
For us and the listeners out there. Because at the end of the day, we just want to have conversations that are organic.
Yeah.
Not where everything is doctored or, about some type of... These are conversations that we would have in the background with people that sit at our inner circles. These are conversations that we have with people that we do business with. And the one thing that we want people to know is that we are not here because we are, want to be celebrities or whatnot. No, we are just out here trying to share the information that we have.
Very
you
true.
Never know, like we might just say something out of us having a conversation, but you actually do need that information.
Yes. And even as we convince you, like any other YouTube channel, to subscribe, make sure that after every episode, even while you are watching it, just try to comment for the information that you would love us to also give out to you, because we might have our own information that we think you need, but you also need some certain knowledge and something that you really need clarity on. Just try to give us the information in the comments, and we try to reach out to a person who has got information about that. If it's you, also you, just reach out to us, and we're going to put you on this platform so that you can also reach out to other people, because we are people doing different things. ZedMinds Podcast is having a team behind it, and we are all doing different things. There are creatives in here, there are businessmen in here, entrepreneurs in here, and for any topic that we really need to talk about, we have the right people to share with, and the right people to share with you. So we need you here, and we need the information also. Remember, bro, when there was what's that? Do you remember that scenario which happened where like this is coming like from about maybe 15 years ago? Let's say when you see a car in Zambia that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Everybody would be thinking Adi Panda.
Yeah.
Or Adeva.
Yeah.
They never thought about people who really work hard to achieve their luxury. Because luxury nowadays is directly connected to ritualists or criminals, crime themed situations. You find out the person brings in a car from a showroom. We say Adi Panda nango Adi. We need to let these people know. To say there are people that are really working hard for them.
True. And when you say that, just think about it. How many businesses have people really destroyed with that?
With narrative? The same narrative. But no, the pandemic with mom shop.
Like how many people? Every time something happens, how many businesses have we seen being burnt by people because of
the same
such
thing?
A thing. So, like ZedMinds is for the progressive thinkers.
Definitely.
People that do not just accept the status quo, but people that will question it and say, yo, this is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
But then how does this come into play?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So like it's for those minds that just want to, you don't accept everything, but there are certain things that you should question.
Yeah.
You said this. How did this happen?
How did this happen?
So it's for the thinkers, the ones that want to progress.
Definitely.
And see us develop as a nation. Because there are certain things that you think of when we talk of things like youth empowerment, when we talk
CDF.
of things like, CDF, yes. We talk of, a lot of things that go on around us as people. This is the information that we want to bring to the people and say, yo, this is what is happening. You can have such a thing.
Yes.
Or this is what is happening. Here's how you can get
because
this.
Because did you know that I recently knew that you can come up with a business proposal and take it to your councillor or MP to fund your project based on the business proposal. And then since in the business proposal there is financial projections, you also have to discuss with them on how to pay back the same money in a number of years. I never knew that.
You see, and this is information that you now have.
Yeah, I now have it.
So you can't sit on this information. You have to share it.
You have to share it.
We need to move away from the notion of politicizing certain things.
Yeah.
And just saying, unless you do, but guys, let's get up and give it a shot.
Definitely.
If we have not tried and someone tells us saying, unless you belong to a certain political party, that's when you get
when these things are going to happen.
Have we tried? But if we get up and we try, we'll come and tell a different story. If it's being politicized, we'll come and say, we tried this, and this is how it went.
And this is how it went.
Other than us just assuming, saying, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Like, we need people that have the right information to give to the public.
Yeah.
And not people that are really keeping information to themselves just so that they're the ones that are having the bread and everybody else has to sit there and, force them to do that.
That's very true. So on this platform, the ZedMinds Podcast, just as we are trying to let you know, is hence the name ZedMinds. We're just trying to instill in your minds, and you also do the same in our minds, with information that we need to have as citizens, as people, because if we into that ignorance can make you miss opportunities, because if you do not have information about something, na God kutuwaipitidira.
True.
You are with God in your area, that shikaita official,
True.
So you need to have at least information about certain things so that you get to know. In this life, we never know how our tomorrow is going to be, or the ventures that we're going to take. So on this podcast, we're going to talk about certain things that are going to help us venture into the right places and the right things for our businesses and our lives in general. Yes. Like, for example, if JB, now you know where to find it. This is original.
We are giving you that information.
This is original. It's not a counterfeit.
Yeah.
We're giving you that information. That is what this podcast is all about.
So, like, we look forward to interacting with you people.
Definitely.
And let's build together. Let's build together.
Definitely.
Information is only powerful if you have it and you know how to
use it.
So if you have information and you're just sitting on it, then there's no power in that.
You can have a gun, but if you don't know how to shoot, it's useless.
Exactly.
If you don't know how to aim, it's still useless.
Yeah.
So you need to know how to utilize the information that you get. Let's say you read financial books. Yes, you do. We do. But if you don't know how to use that information for your own good, then that is as good as nothing.
Exactly.
But on this podcast, we're going to make sure that we have certain conversations with you people, certain interactions, engagements, where we're going to talk about topics that we know to say is going to really be helpful in our lives.
Yeah.
If we bring a financial topic, we also are going to also talk about its implementation. Like the example, just like what he said, when we are talking of let's say very understand that Muntwali was successful. We can bring a successful person here, and the person would be saying, "No, I'm successful." But we really need to also understand, how did it happen? Yeah. How was the process?
What's the story like?
What's the story behind it? Are you being funded, or did you do this by yourself?
Yeah.
We need to make sure that people get to understand every step of the ventures that we're going to talk about. Yeah. So we're together in this always.
So do not forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let us know what you want us to talk about. So you expect to learn things from marketeers. You expect to learn things from, educated people,
yes,
directors in different sectors of
the
world, of the business community. So whatever it is that we are doing out here, we're trying to get information from everybody around us, and then just putting it out there for people to learn one or two things from. So yeah, I think that's it. That's it.
So we're done for the pilot episode.
Yeah, we can go on and on, but
we can go on and on. Today as we are shooting. Today is the 10th of
August.
Of August.
Yeah. So power Zesco.
Yes. So you got the information, and I hope you spread it. We ask that you spread it, and we also repeat to kindly ask that you also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also share this video when you come across it to your family and friends to say there's something that is being cooked up. Wait, have we told them where we're from? Or they are just hearing Chemopharm? What is this Chemopharm Building? Oh, you mentioned in dollar. Okay. For Mandola. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.